Yo, what is going on guys? It is Cynnnical, and today for you guys I'm going to be bringing you another Kingdom Hearts guide. In today's guide video, we're going to be looking at how to get the Ultima weapon as well as the Royal Radiance Keyblade in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. So this guide is very super requested. A lot of you guys tend to ask me on a daily basis in YouTube comments as well as like Ask FM and stuff, how exactly do I get the Ultima weapon in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep? And I just thought, you know, because of the fact that the way you get the Ultima weapon is sort of the same way you get the Royal Radiance Keyblade, which is essentially a better Keyblade than the Ultima weapon, I thought I'd just make a guide on how to get both of these Keyblades. Now, believe it or not, the way you actually get the Ultima weapon in Birth by Sleep is actually pretty straightforward. It's not super technical, and you don't have to go around looking for different synthesis materials and stuff like how you make the Ultima weapon in, say, Kingdom Hearts 1 as well as Kingdom Hearts 2. It's quite straightforward. It may take you a little while, but it is quite simplistic. So hopefully you guys enjoy today's guide, and let's dive into it. So the way you achieve both the Ultima weapon as well as the Royal Radiance is by completing the different arena matches inside of the Mirage Arena. You get these Keyblades by completing 2 specific arenas. When you complete Villain's Vendetta, you will be rewarded with the Ultima weapon, and when you complete the arena match, which is Peering into Darkness, you'll be rewarded with the Royal Radiance. However, it will take you some time, effort, and of course work to unlock both of these arenas. Villain's Vendetta, which is of course the Ultima weapon arena, requires you to have arena level 25. And Peering into Darkness, which is of course the Royal Radiance arena, requires you to have arena level 30. Now keep in mind, arena level 30 is the maximum arena level that you can gain. So how exactly do we rank up our arena level? Well, there is 4 different categories in order to rank up your arena level. The first one is medals, the second one is competing in arena mode, the third one is the command board, and lastly we have of course the rumble racing. Now a good way to keep track of the different objectives inside the Mirage Arena and to know what you need to do in order to rank up your next arena level is by simply going into your journal, then click on game records, then click on arena missions. This will be your checklist in order to rank up to your arena level. So for me, when I first came into Birth by Sleep in 2.5, I wasn't overly familiar with the Mirage Arena because I didn't actually play it that much on the PSP. But I did find out by using the arena missions entry in the journal, it is going to work as your personal checklist as far as, you know, what else do I need to do in order to level up to my next arena level. So we'll start with the medals category. So to gain a total of 6 arena levels, you'll need to collect 9,999 medals during playing inside of the Mirage Arena. Now I know that seems scary and quite fearsome, but don't worry, this isn't actually something to be too bothered by, because whenever you're doing any sort of arena matches, whether you're playing on the command board or doing rumble racing inside of the Mirage Arena, you are gaining medals all throughout completing those. But as a side note, if you guys want to quickly achieve and complete the medals category, then I suggest just rinsing and repeating Monster of the Sea, which is an arena match that you unlock straight away as soon as you get to the Mirage Arena. I will be doing a separate guide on that, but just as a side note, you get a ton of medals throughout doing Monster of the Sea. I believe it's around 600 medals per completion of that arena match, and it only takes around about 2 to 3 minutes. So yeah, I suggest you guys just rinse and repeat that arena match, and you'll get 9,999 medals in no time, and that will achieve 6 arena levels for you. Okay, so next up is the rumble racing. So you will need to complete 4 different rumble racing tracks in order to gain yourself 4 different arena levels. Now this isn't overly too hard, it's actually quite straightforward. First of all, you'll need to finish 5 laps in 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the Country Chase map. Secondly, you'll need to finish 5 laps in 5 minutes on the Disney Drive map. So the thing to note about this is Country Chase as well as Disney Drive are 2 racetracks that you'll automatically already have unlocked when you come to the Mirage Arena. However, for the Grand Spree as well as the Castle Circuit, these racetracks won't be available until you complete them in Disney Town. So do note that in order to unlock both of these tracks, Grand Spree as well as Castle Circuit, you will need to complete them in Disney Town, then go back to the Mirage Arena, and then of course complete the Grand Spree track in 5 minutes. So you'll need to do 5 laps in 5 minutes for the Grand Spree, and for the Castle Circuit you'll need to finish 5 laps in 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Now, it's not overly too hard. The Rumble Racing is actually quite straightforward. I believe I only failed on 1 map, and that was the Castle Circuit, so you guys shouldn't have too much trouble with the Rumble Racing. Thirdly, we'll be looking at the command board section. Now, just as a disclaimer, for me personally, I found that completing the command board objectives was the hardest part about eventually unlocking the arena to obviously receive the Ultima weapon as well as the Royal Radiance. So for me personally, and this is just a personal thing, I dislike the command board a lot and I found it extremely hard to win. But over time, I gradually got better and gradually got better. So to achieve 4 different arena levels, you will need to win 7 command board games. So, like I mentioned, this has to be the most excruciatingly painful part of the guide. And honestly, guys, once you've completed 7 command board games, you have to win them. Once you've won those, you won't ever have to go back to the command board again, and the guide is just pretty much easy. Now, what I could suggest for you guys as far as tips on how to win 7 games is what you want to do is you want to use the Keyblade command board. You should already have that unlocked as soon as you start the game. What you want to do is you want to load that up and make sure you're only versing 1 computer opponent. The other thing I suggest you guys do is make sure to use 2 as well as 3 dice for the hand commands, as well as using stun so that the computer component can't sort of move and you get an extra turn. Those are the tips that I can give you guys. I may decide to come out with a separate video talking more upon tips and stuff like that, but you will have to win 7 command board games to get a total of 4 arena levels. Okay, so now we can move on to the arena mode, which is probably the most interesting and most entertaining part about the whole arena levels. So there is a total of 15 different arenas that will award you 15 different arena levels. And of course, with adding up all of these different arena levels, it will give you a total of 13. Now, for me, I would suggest that you guys should probably complete the medals as well as the Rumble Racing and command board objectives first. Now, you can of course, go through the very early different arena matches, but the thing is, each arena requires a different arena level. So you may get to a point where you've completed, say, 6 different arena matches. You can't do another arena match to gain any other arena levels. It's probably because of the fact that you need to complete perhaps 2 Rumble Racings as well as win 1 command board, and that will give you 3 arena levels, which will then unlock the next arena match for you. But just to sort of fly through these arena matches, it would be sort of wise to just go through the medals objectives as well as the Rumble Racing and command board objectives first, and then you just dive straight into the arena matches. But whatever method or way you do this is just really completely up to you. I just suggest doing that. Also, I would suggest finishing the game first so that you are a decent level. By the time I completed the arena matches to get both the Royal Radiance as well as the Ultima weapon, I was around level 61, so I would suggest leveling up a bit. The arena matches can get quite tough as you progress through them. So yeah, but anyway guys, that is it. Once you have gone through these different objectives, By then you should be arena level 30, and you'll be able to of course do Villain's Vendetta, as well as pairing into Darkness, which will of course achieve the Royal Radiance, which is the best weapon in the game, as well as the Ultima weapon, which you'll need to of course use to fight against No Heart, because you know it's just recommended. It's a very, very good Keyblade to help you achieve the Royal Radiance. But anyway guys, hopefully that has helped you out, giving you guys a few tips and stuff like that. It's not a huge sort of job to get the Ultima weapon as well as the Royal Radiance in Birth by Sleep in comparison to getting, you know, the Ultima weapon in number 1 and 2. They can be quite time consuming. I'm not gonna lie though, it took me quite a while to get arena level 30, but you know, it's not as much work as Kingdom Hearts 2 or 1. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's guide. Smack that like button if you guys have enjoyed, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.